Junior Bison. He's a rocket in the making.
Buoyed by last week's success, the Sherfield School Basingstoke Bison aim to make it 2 out of 2 on home ice, with the Peterborough Phantoms coming to town for what promised to be another enthralling clash between the sides. Only the odd goal separated them the weekend previously, with the Phantoms coming out on top on that occasion, and early on they seemed keen to remind the Bison of that fact. Martin Suster's getting the final touch for the Cambridgeshire side. Thomas Hiedlowski almost getting all of the initial effort as our Barracuda Network replay shows. The puck just squirmed free for the opener. Games between the two sides are always gritty affairs, and when Dale White found himself propelled into Thomas Karpov, Alan Lack stepped in to protect his man. Keeping your eye on the play, courtesy of our new sponsors of Specsavers, and it will show you it was actually another Bison man that forced him into Karpov. And if you didn't see that, maybe it's time to get your eyes tested in the festival store. However, before the period was out, the Phantoms would actually be able to extend their lead courtesy of Will Weldon. This one, we will definitely have to turn our focus to the Barracuda Networks replay to see exactly how it slipped in. Do you ever get the feeling it's just not going to be your night? Bison fans are certainly thinking so at the end of the first. Eventually into the second, after an attempt to make a cheap remake of Waterworld, and the Sherfield School Basingstoke Bison were hoping to make a splash on the scoreboard. And long-time Basingstoke Arena baddie Yanis Orzins was keen to play his part, none too happy with Alan Lack's attempt at heavy petting in the shallow end. Thankfully, there would be no diving from the Latvian netminder, on this occasion at least. But with a power play opportunity going the way of the host, eventually his net would be breached. Rennie Yarlin's quick shot proving too fast for him to keep up with. However, a similar man advantage would see the Phantoms re-establish their 2-goal lead. Petr Stepanek hammering home, the Bison once again submerged. A big 20 minutes would follow for the Sherfield School Basingstoke Bison, but they got the jump early in the period to reduce the deficit once again. Vanya Antonov returning after a weekend away studying, and he began to give the Phantoms defence an education all of his own, staying alert in the zone to fire home and renew hope in the arena. And more joy would follow with just over 6 minutes remaining as the scoreboard would be levelled thanks to Thomas Karpov's endeavour. A sea of heads jumping up, but thankfully for you and me, the Barracuda Networks replay will help us to fill the void, much like the netminder should have done between his pads. Overtime couldn't separate the sides either, so off to game-winning shots it is. Ales Padalek was up first for the Phantoms, once the darling of the departed Slough Jets from the league, and he caught flight once again here, waiting patiently to put the visitors in front. Thankfully, Peter Polodna's final action on home ice for the Stampede would be a happy memory, a simple finish bringing the scores level once again. Darius Paskauskas is ever dangerous in a one-on-one situation, but Thomas Hiedlowski had more than enough to match his effort. That gave Kieran Long the opportunity to really heap the pressure on the Phantoms. Sadly for him, Orsins would also be up to the challenge with his pad. And now for something a little bit different. The simple facts of the moment will read that Stepanek missed his penalty opportunity. The trouble is, he believed he scored it. And what follows? Well, it simply stunned me into silence. Back to the hockey now, with Vanya Antonov having the chance to win it for the hosts. Orsin standing firm though as it went to sudden death. Mark Leaders went up first for the Phantoms and would pile the pressure on the Bison, just tipping it in on the backhand and leaving Aaron Connolly needing to score to keep the game alive. A 1-point night for the Herd in the end, but great spirit shown to get back into the game. Roll on Saturday.